Hello and welcome to the Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm your host Paula and I'm here with Charlotte still at the moment, and we're talking about everything successfully closing your landscaping design business for Christmas to make sure you're not on the phone, on the emails all through Christmas. It's ruining your life. So stay tuned. As the founder of the Landscapers Circle and the Limitless Landscapers podcast, I am here to help you get more money, time and freedom to make your life and business truly limitless. Through my experiences as the owner of a garden design and landscaping business and through tried and tested methods, if you want help with the marketing, managing and growing of your business, then you are in the right place. If you are a landscaper, garden designer, horticultural business or a supplier to the industry, be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show. So, on this episode, we're talking about closing your business successfully for Christmas and making it a very good experience for potential clients and existing clients that you've got in the pipeline. So, Charlotte, how do we do this?
Well, it's all about communication and a little bit of planning. Now, don't worry, because I know when this episode's coming out, it's going to be the 15th of December. It's not going to take you long to set up. Now, the first thing that you want to do, if you can, is to have a banner or a pop-up or just update the text that's on your website in an intro paragraph with, please note, we are closing from X date to X date. This then means that if they inquire, particularly if you put it above or below your contact form, they know that you're not going to get back to them straight away. They're not going to be frustrated and annoyed that you haven't, because you've already let them know.
That's first step. Step two, I would say, is probably putting on an autoresponder on your emails. Simple and effective, but most people don't do it, me included. So I'm going to get Charlotte to set that up before we close for Christmas.
And the other thing that we've done previously for Paula's business as well, and we've done for TLC, is if you have an image in your email signature, to have a Christmas graphic.
Yeah, a Christmas graphic.
Like, however pretty you would like to make it. It doesn't have to be that pretty, but just saying, please note, we are closing from X to X. So when you're emailing clients now, before you close, they can already see in the signature that you are closing. So it's that pre-awareness of the fact. And following on nicely for that is posts on social media. So for Paula's design and landscaping business, we've got a couple of posts going out 2 weeks until we close, which also actually prompts people to inquire, so that they can speak to you before they close. If they've been thinking about it, it kind of goes, oh, well, actually, I want to speak to them before, the new year. And then also it's, again, that pre-awareness before then doing the final announcement post on the day. We've now closed for Christmas, etc.
Yeah, and I think the bonus of setting all of this up is the fact that you're preparing your clients that you're not available and you're not allowing them to get frustrated if you are not getting in touch with them within 24 hours. They are happy to know that actually you're off, so they'll probably not expect a response until the first week back in January. And I think it's just about preempting their questions. So they probably will have a question when you're starting to speak to people. I know I am, that they're asking me, when are you closing for Christmas? When's your last date for site visits and stuff like that? So it's really important to keep that communication up, and these are all fairly simple ways that you can just make sure that communication is getting out there.
Because I think all too often there's no boundaries, and I know Paula and Mike have experienced this in their business where they say they're going to have 2 weeks off at Christmas and then they're kind of on emails, on phone, oh, so-and-so's called me. But if you have, like Paula, the telephone line goes to an answering service, you can also send them on your online portal, send them an email, whatever, what you want them to say for that period of time. So it could be, hi, you're through to this landscaping business. They are closed for Christmas, but I can take a message and they'll get back to you in the new year on this date. So you can preempt that as well, because I know last year, because Paula and Mike desperately needed 2 weeks off, I actually uninstalled the Outlook app from both of your phones. Because I was like, this is not happening. You're not doing this year. You need time off. And I think that's another thing as well, disabling or logging out from the emails so that you don't see it, because that's the worst things on your phone.
Oh, 100%. And I think what the fear is for any business owner is that you're going to miss out on new inquiries. They're going to go elsewhere. Well, let's be realistic. Most companies are going to close at the same time, roughly the same time, give or take a few days before Christmas break. And also the fact is that you're not going to be the only one that's not available immediately for their attention, to give them attention. And if you've got all this set up, so for us, having the answer service is a massive bonus, because they can still take messages and send the inquiries on to us to then deal with in the new year. But even send it, make sure you've got your email set up, autoresponder set up, and your contact form set up on your website. So if anyone comes through the website, again, the same thing. So you shouldn't be worried. I think people are quite happy at Christmas as well, that things aren't going to be as instant as normal.
And if there is someone who gets really kind of shitty, then clearly they're not the right client.
No, and I think that's another thing. You've got to be aware that if that is the reality of your clients at the moment, that they are getting annoyed if you don't get back to them, are they really the clients you want in the long term?
And also as well, if clients have your mobile phone number and you don't have a separate one for business, then change your voicemail.
Yes.
Quite simply, and just say, hi, please note, this is Paula's voicemail. Please note, we're close for thingy. Because obviously if your family and friends call you, they know that you're going to get back to them. But for those people that are calling you, then they will leave you a voicemail, and then you can write it down on a piece of paper or wherever you want to put it to get back to them in the new year. But it's all about being strict with yourself and not calling them back and just noting that down.
100%.
So you could do like an email campaign, or just saying, please note we're doing that. So you could do an offer that says, please contact us before this date, and we can then make sure you're booked in for January for a site visit. You could do it that way, or you could just send out a notice email that says, please note we are closing on this date. Either way, you're probably going to get some people then contact you.
Yeah.
But it's, again, that preemptive communication that's so important, not just for Christmas closures, but in general.
Yeah, so if you decide to go on holiday next year and you are deciding to close the business, for instance, and you're not available to do site visits, or, you might have teams still working on existing projects, but you're not going to be able to do any site visits. It's a similar principle. You do the same thing. You preempt their inquiry, really, with a response that they then know exactly what's going to happen. And really all it's about is making them feel like they're not going to be forgotten. So yes, you might not get in touch for a week or whatever, but they know that that's because A, you're away, or B, you're on Christmas closure, or anything else that you decide to take a break from.
Often people get kind of frustrated because there hasn't been that communication. As soon as they know, okay, they've not just ignored me, like it's just because they're closed for Christmas, they then don't stress and they won't get annoyed with you. I think it's more just the knowing of why.
And it's the communication issue, isn't it? So many of us, and I'm bad at this as well, is making sure you set up all these things alongside the rest of the stuff you've got to do in the business, but you have to prioritize setting this up at a certain point before you close, because there's no point doing it on the day you close, because people won't understand then. You have to kind of have a lead-in period for it.
Yeah, so I would say, as you're listening to this podcast, if you can, straight after this podcast, just simply sort the website out. It will take 2 minutes. Sort your email signature out and set your because I think you can schedule, for most, you can schedule the autoresponder on your email to go out at a future date. So you could schedule it now for when you close. So just tick those things off and get them done.
Yeah, it will save you a lot of headaches and hassles. And if you want to set up an answer machine service, we do have a link on our partners page on TLC, which I'll link to in the show notes. It's an affiliate link to who we use for not just TLC, but my landscaping company, where you can basically direct calls from your existing business line through to them, and they can handle any calls, particularly when you're shut, even if you used it just for that point.
And you can also set off for your mobile to go there as well. You can have more than one phone number. So for Christmas, if you wanted your mobile to go there rather than your normal voicemail, you could do that. And it's pay as you go as well, which I think is awesome. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. It's pay as you go. So you're not going to run up a massive bill because you have to top up before they buy. So you can top up £50 and see where it gets you, just to cover the Christmas period. So yeah, make this Christmas and this year different to last year. So if last year you were still answering emails, dealing with clients, and this year you just want 2 weeks off or a week off, however long you want, then put these things in place so you can do that easily, so you're not falling into the habits of last year. The whole point is to make things different. We all need to grow as people and businesses, and I think this is just one step where you can do it quite easily.
I think with the year that the industry's had and the boom in inquiries, basically people have just abandoned all boundaries and all like practices for maintaining kind of your own sanity, really.
Yeah.
And if anything, with the year that we've had, this should be the year that you treat yourself and make it a priority to have that time off.
100%. And if you want any help with any of that, or you just getting stuck on something, drop us an email. Again, that will be in the show notes, and we'll help you as much as we can. But yeah, I think it's time to have some time off, enjoy it with your family and friends, and yeah, just have a different Christmas to last year. So we'll see you on the next episode. Ciao for now.